Mm, welcome on stage, Jennifer.
Thank you, Des. Thank you. Can you hear me? All right. So I said it's actually dark here, and I don't know. I don't just know. They
Mm,
just took our lights not quite long, so
I'm just hoping people turn up. Let's just hope that. Okay.
all
It's
right.
ready. Just wait.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so welcome to LinkedIn Virtual. It's the first of its kind, and it's aim on teaching you how to start, grow, and win on LinkedIn. We are still waiting for people to join us, so let's wait for like 7 minutes more for everyone to join us. This session will be recorded actually since it's showing on YouTube. It will still be on my YouTube channel. Our first speaker will be Jennifer Ochada. and I'll be asking her some questions about her LinkedIn growth, how she started, how she grew, and everything like that. Then our second speaker will be Olamide Williams. Then our third speaker will be Stephen Lawyer. And Yetunde Oyeleye won't be able to join us because she is engaged, and then no Browns won't be able to join us, but he extend his greeting, and he said he's sure that our speakers will be able to do justice to the topic, and all you just have to do is just listen well, and you will learn a lot about how to start, grow, and win on LinkedIn. So let's just wait for 5 minutes more. We'll be able to hear from our first speaker, Jennifer Ochada. One of our questions will be how she grew on how she joined LinkedIn, just so you know that not everyone actually joined LinkedIn well prepared. Like you don't have to be all fully prepared before you join LinkedIn. So we'll be asking our question on how she joined LinkedIn. Let's just wait for 5 minutes more, then we'll get this started. So just for any viewers that actually don't know what LinkedIn means, LinkedIn is a professional platform for freelancers, business owners, students, and professionals that want to position themselves for opportunities, not just job opportunities, not just career opportunity, networking opportunity is there, any kind of opportunities that knowing people can do for you, that engaging with people can do for you. LinkedIn is actually the best platform to get those kind of opportunity, because on LinkedIn you can actually get connected with anyone, whether they are so big and up there, or they are even someone that is not even in your country. All you have to do is to get connected with them, engage with them, and you start building a relationship with them. That's what LinkedIn is about. And there are a lot of people on LinkedIn, different kind of people from different country doing different job. We have academics, we have career people, we have freelancers, we have creatives, we have business owners, we have big companies on LinkedIn. And it's just the best platform for you to start a business. Someone asked me last and this week on Wednesday if a business can actually she can actually be advertising her business on LinkedIn. She is selling shoes and she wants to know if she can like be on LinkedIn and promote her business on LinkedIn. And yeah, you can, as long as you are giving value to people. LinkedIn is for you, and whatever you are selling, LinkedIn is actually for you, especially if networking with people and knowing people can help your business. So we will still have to wait for 3 minutes more. And what again? So we have a lot of myths about LinkedIn and how people actually work on LinkedIn. Like people are so professional and this and that. But no, tonight we'll be busting that bubbles about who are on LinkedIn and how people talk on LinkedIn or how they act on LinkedIn. We don't act all professional on LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn is actually for you and I, and there is nothing like being too professional on LinkedIn or stuff like that. Tonight we'll also be talking about that. If people on LinkedIn are actually very professional and all that, so we'll be talking about that and knowing more about LinkedIn, knowing how you can start on LinkedIn now, how you can keep growing on LinkedIn, and how you can keep winning on LinkedIn. So let's just wait for 2 minutes more, and we'll start popping up question for Jennifer Ochada. Okay, it's 7:10 already, and we'll start asking Jennifer Ochada her questions, so we'll be able to know how she starts on LinkedIn, grow on LinkedIn, and is winning on LinkedIn. So, good evening, Jennifer. How are you today? Jennifer, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, Teslimat. I'm fine, and you?
Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Are you there?
Can Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
I can clearly. Good
All
evening.
right. Good
Yeah,
evening. Glad to be here.
my player. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So, some questions on how you started on LinkedIn, how you grew on LinkedIn, and how you are winning on LinkedIn.
All right. All right.
The first time you joined LinkedIn, when was the first time you opened an account on LinkedIn?
Okay, so it all began from the month of May. So I got to know about freelancing. I got to know about LinkedIn. I got to know about my skill, which is copywriting. In the month of May, when I got a course, which was just May last year, 2022. So I got to know about LinkedIn in the course, and then I opened an account. I opened an account then, following the processes in the course. I just left my LinkedIn account adamant. I just left it open there, just like that. Don't know what is used for. I don't even know how to navigate. I don't know people on that platform. I don't know how it works and all. So fast forward to the month of August. So I think I actually got my first client, my first job on Upwork. And then on the 18th of August, I made my first post. And behind that first post was fear. I mean, I was so scared. I don't just know what I was scared about. Maybe it's because of my write up, my post. I felt like I'm not an expert, so no one wants to listen to me and all. But then I just have to make that post. And when I made the post, that was how LinkedIn began for me. I started just like I just have to start, not even knowing what I was starting. I don't know what I was going into. So I started LinkedIn in the month of August. And in a few days from now, it will be 6 months on LinkedIn, and I can just see enough like a lot has happened. A lot has happened for me. So
Thank you.
starting was actually scary. So that was it. That was the first step. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you celebrated your 2,000 followers this week on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today, six were able to get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. That's huge.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so according to what you said now, you didn't start LinkedIn immediately you joined. You went off LinkedIn for May, June, July, August.
Yes. Yes.
So what make you write that first post? Like, what is your motivation for that first post?
So I think the motivation behind the post was the job, because I noticed so many persons on my WhatsApp. Those were my fellow students who we got the course together. So they were talking about LinkedIn, how people are making it big on LinkedIn, landing jobs and all. So I thought that okay, me getting my first gig, getting my first job will actually be like the first step to beginning my LinkedIn journey. So that was what prompted that first post. So it was the job I got, and I was able to make that move then. So yeah.
you make the first move because you actually have something to bring out there, right? Like
Yes,
prompt you to make that first post. Let
exactly.
This is just a wide what if game. So what if you actually the job is not there? Did you see yourself starting LinkedIn on August in August?
So for me, the plan was to begin LinkedIn January, which was January this year, because I felt like this imposter syndrome and all procrastination. I felt like, oh, I'm not an expert yet. I need to wait to be an expert before I begin my LinkedIn journey. So my plan was to start January this year. So was to start my LinkedIn journey to build my brand and also get clients. So those were my motives, and those are what I was actually coming to LinkedIn for before getting my first gig that August, which prompted me to make my first post then. So yeah, that was it.
So that's about this is all about your first post. You made your second post too. So what prompts you to make that second post?
So what actually prompted me to make the second post was I think I actually had to make that second post because I saw, oh, I think 23%, about 23% actually gave my first post a like, and I had impression, which means people were actually seeing what I did. People saw what I did the first time. So that prompted me to make my second post, make my third post, and I had to like keep up with consistency till today. So yeah, that was it for me. That was
How
it.
easy for you? Like after making your first post, second post, how did you start being consistent on LinkedIn?
So to me, consistency is actually is hard. So I don't know if anyone tells you consistency is easy, then I don't know how they do it. If it's the consistency, I know.
Yeah.
Consistency is very, very hard. It's not even easy to keep up with. But then you have to have a strong why. Why are you on LinkedIn? Why are you doing this thing you're doing? So until you have that strong why, you can actually push further. Like you don't have to show up daily if you don't have a strong why. But then so far you have that why and it's there, you can actually keep up showing up almost every day. So that was it for me. I had a strong why. I have to keep pushing till I get it.
Okay, so how do you know your why on when you are going on LinkedIn? Like some people just joined LinkedIn because someone asked them to join. How would they be able to like discover their why? Do you have any kind of advice on that?
Okay. So concerning your why, if you're starting on LinkedIn, some persons are on LinkedIn not to get jobs, and that is just the fact. They are there not to get clients. As surprising as it might be, I've communicated with a lot of persons, and I discovered some persons are not there to get clients. Like LinkedIn is not their source of income. They have other sources of income and all. So they are just there to gain visibility, to grow their followers, to market their brand and put their brand in people's faces for recognition and all. So you have to choose your why. Why are you coming on LinkedIn? Are you coming on LinkedIn to gain followers, to gain massive followers? Are you coming on LinkedIn to get clients? Are you coming on LinkedIn to talk about what you sell or what skill you have? So you should actually have a strong why so that when you feel like giving up, because giving up will always come along the way, of course it will. So when you feel like giving up, you should actually remember the reason, which is your why. Why did you start in the first place? So you should have a strong why. So for every LinkedIn newbie who is scared of making that first post or who doesn't know what he or she is doing on LinkedIn or why he or she opened his or her LinkedIn account, you should settle down and think about it. So, why did I even open this account in the first place? What is it for? Am I to get followers? Am I to get jobs, clients, and all? So, once you're able to detect that, then you can draft your strategy and begin to implement to get results. So yeah.
That's actually very good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, so when did you start seeing your growth on LinkedIn?
So I think I noticed I was growing on LinkedIn after 2 months. Yeah, should that be 2 months? Yes, in the month of October, because I made my first post on 18th
Okay.
of August.
Mhm.
Throughout August and September, I kept on posting, not even seeing anything. Just a few number of followers and just a few number of likes and comments on my post. But I kept on posting consistently, and on the 13th of October, I actually got my first LinkedIn job, which was not even just a small job. It was a $500 gig. So you know what that means for a newbie who just started not quite long, and you get that. So I think that also like give me more motivation. That gave me more fire to keep on going and all. So that was when I knew, oh, I was doing something. Okay, my content creation is giving me this, so I have to like build up and do much more better. So that was when I knew that, oh, okay, I've started growing on this page. So people are actually seeing what I'm doing, even though I don't have massive likes, massive followers, and also, yeah, that was it for me. That was where growth started.
Okay, so do you feel guilty for not starting when you open your account, like in May? And do you feel guilty not starting May and starting August instead?
So the thing is, I didn't, because as of that May, this was just a newbie in freelancing, a newbie in copywriting. It was just everything was just totally new for me, because I just got a course and I just scanned through it. I saw some freelancing apps, Upwork, LinkedIn, and the rest. So I didn't really go deep into it. I just left it, and okay, I said I should focus on my skill first before coming back to get to know those apps. So I didn't really feel much guilty, but had it been I started this January, oh my gosh, then I'll feel really, really guilty for not starting. So yeah.
Okay, so according to you now, you get your first job on LinkedIn October 18th or
October 13th, yeah.
okay. So was
Yeah.
it from your post or from an outreach? Like they
So it was actually a client outreach. The thing is, when I started on LinkedIn and I was posting for a month, I saw people talked about recommendations, talked about LinkedIn reaching out to them. And to be honest, I felt like they were lying. I'm telling you the fact. I felt like they were lying. Oh, these guys they're just saying this thing to like get us the newbies then. So I felt they just need likes and more comments and people to like ask them how they did it. But then when I saw the message, I was like, okay. And it led us to a Zoom meeting. From there, I told them how I could help them, and boom, they made the payments and I began work for them. So everything started like rhyming together. So, oh, these things experts actually said about clients reaching out to you through your inbox is actually real. Oh, I've experienced it, so it's real. So that was it for me. I knew that, okay, so they were not actually lying and they were saying the truth. So I got that client and I was able to get my laptop. I got myself a laptop to like make my work much easier for me and all. So that was the moment growth started for me on LinkedIn, and it's been awesome so far. Yeah.
like so what does winning means to you? Like winning on LinkedIn, what does that means to you? Is it more followers, more clients, or
So just like I've said, you should have a why, and if you are getting those results, which is why you started. If you have a why, if your why is to get clients and you're getting those clients, then that is you winning. If your why is to get more followers and market your brand, put your brand in faces of people for them to know, and you're getting exactly that which you want. So that is winning for you. So whatever it is you are coming on LinkedIn for, so far you started achieving that bit by bit, even if it's not just too big, no matter how little it is, and you know that okay, this is what you've always like wanted. You've been like anticipating this. So once it's coming into reality, you should actually clap for yourself because you've started winning. So that is just winning on LinkedIn, getting those results you've always wanted to have, no matter how little it is. So I'll call that winning on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the second to the last question, which is, can you share some condensed LinkedIn advice with us? Like some LinkedIn advice that are actually concentrated.
All right. So for every person who is aspiring to begin their LinkedIn journey, or they've actually started and they're already there, I know it can be tempting to quit LinkedIn when starting out, like when you don't even see growth, when you don't see results, or you keep on doing what you're doing, or you see some results for a period of time, for some time you wouldn't see results and all. So I just want you to know that you don't have to quit. Please don't ever quit. You shouldn't quit because it always gets better when it feels like you're overwhelmed already. That's when it always gets better. Like I will always tell my students, I will always tell them, you see, consistency is just it. Consistency is everything about LinkedIn. And I will always tell them, you see your electricity in this country, that's how consistency is. Once once you have your electricity, only electricity can help you power your phone. So that is what I always tell them and sing into their ears. Electricity can help you power your phone and save it from dying. So you just have to show up when you don't even feel like it, because it's only consistency that can keep you going, that won't make you to like kill your dreams and all. Keep on showing up when you don't even feel like it. You don't have to feel like, oh, I have to have this feeling, this morale to like do what I want to do today. No, keep on doing it every day. If you can every day, just keep up showing up, no matter how hard it is, no matter the circumstances, no matter how you feel like you're not doing what is right. Please do not quit. Quitting should not be in your dictionary because it will always get better, and definitely the world will celebrate you just like they are celebrating those you are looking up to now. So yeah, that's my advice for everyone.
Okay, that's very good advice because everyone suffer from this consistency. I don't know, the consistency matrix. Let's call it consistency matrix, where they think that
Yeah.
consistency is like doing it every day. Like I asked a guy one time why he's not consistent on LinkedIn, and he was like, he can't actually do it every day and stuff like that. And when I asked him what consistency means to him, he said it means doing it every day. So I kind of asked if he see himself bathing every day for the rest of his life, and I was like, no. So like that's more or less what consistency is all about now. Don't see yourself
Yeah.
bathing 365 days a year, but you see yourself bathing like this morning and the next morning. So
Yeah.
that's what consistency means, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So, like, what are those steps you take when you are starting on LinkedIn? Those, like
Okay.
your profile and everything like that.
Okay, so yeah, when I was starting out, I actually took some steps by connecting with top creators, These are people who are already in the game. They know their onions already. They've been there for quite some time now. So what I actually did, I actually studied from afar, and if any of them should be having some classes or freebies to give, I don't think it twice before I grab it. So that has actually helped me a lot. So those were the steps I was taking, connecting with them and learning from them, from their posts and everything around them. So, and it's actually good to know who you want to like who you want to be like, because when you're searching on LinkedIn, of course you have that person in mind. Oh, I want to be like this person sometime, someday. So you should actually look at what they're doing, study it very, very well, or if you have to get close to them, pay them to like mentor you. If it's something you have to do, you should actually do that, because those guys will walk you through the way and reduce your number of days of struggle for you. So that was what those were the steps I actually took. Yeah, I studied a lot of creators, top creators who are already doing what I wanted to do. So it actually helped me. It helped me grow fast. It also contributed to my growth so far on LinkedIn. So yeah, those were the steps for me.
Okay, those are like a very good way to start LinkedIn, especially the part of connecting to your to the top creators. But it can be hard for newbies to know those top creators on LinkedIn. So how can they get to know those top creators, especially those creators that are in their industry? Like for you, it's mostly copywriters and maybe LinkedIn optimization coach and everything like that. But what of someone that is in UI UX design or in tech? How would they know who to connect with? Who is actually a top creator in their industry?
So even when I started out, it was hard to get to connect with top copywriters because I was just new on the platform. I just saw a couple of posts from people, just few posts, and you know, I give it some reactions and all. So what I actually did, I was showing up, talking about what I do. In the process, I spent quite some minutes on LinkedIn daily, just a few minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes. I get to search for copywriters, and I get to scroll through my LinkedIn feed. There I was able to connect with top persons and all. I also asked questions. I asked questions to some couple of connections I made then, those who have been on LinkedIn for some time. So I asked them some questions, and okay, I think I remember doing some research also. I did some research, and I think Google helped me with some of those top creators, and I connected with them too. So for those who are in the tech and UI UX design niche, you could actually do your research, and aside doing your research, you could ask some people who have been on LinkedIn for quite some time, your fellow connections and all. So they can actually recommend any of those top competitors to you. Then you get to connect with them and you can begin from there. So that was it for me too.
Okay, thank you so much for this good advice. Like it's so amazing to have you here. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's my
Bye
pleasure.
bye.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye. Okay, good evening, Olamide.
Good evening.
Hey, you're muted. Okay. Good evening.
Yeah.
It's cold over there. The service is breaking, or is it from your side?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can hear you too.
Yeah. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm so amazed. Like, thank you so much.
So,
Okay, so we'll just be asking you some few questions about how you started on LinkedIn, how you are growing on LinkedIn, and how you are winning on LinkedIn.
okay. So,
Uh, okay, so
quick question. I started on LinkedIn. Now I so question is how I started. I think that was just based on a frustration or say from a place of anger. I felt I needed to like get since I moved to India. Um, So I was
I
just frustrated because coming here, I felt that there were a couple of limitations. I felt like to an extent I had built like I started building, let me put it that way. I started building like a media or a creator's portfolio from Nigeria. So when I knew I had to come here to be in medical school, like everything happened fast, extremely fast. So it was more like I didn't have time to plan for, like a backup coming here. I traveled down to India exactly a week after my conversion from my first degree. So it was like I didn't have time to plan really. So I didn't have anything doing. I didn't have anything going on that was like a stable source of income. So I needed money, and that's why I joined LinkedIn. Honestly, I don't know how it's possible to make money on LinkedIn, but I just felt like let me try it out. And yes, that was how I started. And so the process is now let me just run us through the processes. For me, it was like I joined on LinkedIn. I'd always had my LinkedIn account, just like the way everybody had LinkedIn accounts. In fact, then it was like around 2018. I went for a program in Abuja, Nigerian Social Media Summit, and then LinkedIn was still very, new and hot. So I asked the question that at that event, and I said, "Oh, how can I have genuine connection? How can I make genuine connection with mentors?" That I noticed that trying to connect to them on Instagram, Facebook, and all these platforms can be a little difficult. That where is that place that you can make a genuine connection with them? And the woman that was the host of that event that day, she just said, "Oh, open a LinkedIn account." That was the response she gave me. That was as far back as 2018. She was like, open a LinkedIn account. And then I opened the LinkedIn account, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to so I just left it there. And after so I deleted the app and again in 2021, I guess, I was going to do a project for somebody. And the person was like, "Oh, all of you on this project have a LinkedIn." I downloaded the app back. Them, "Oh, I have LinkedIn account," but there was nothing. My page was as empty as anything. So I downloaded the app back just to show that I have a LinkedIn account. So 2022, actually, I joined. Let's say I started building my brand on LinkedIn August 2020, but that wasn't the first time it occurred to me that maybe LinkedIn is like a platform to leverage. It occurred to me a couple of times, or like sometimes I'll just think about it and the thought will just flash. I go and open LinkedIn. You should, but I didn't know anything about it. I tried to search, but those YouTube videos and everything they were not really doing the things I wanted to know about LinkedIn. So when I started my long, it was during summer break. I think we had done like 2 months we had gone like 2 months into the break, and I did one holiday job that was really, really, that really messed with my mental health. And I just knew that, oh, I had something to offer, but I just didn't know how to go about it. So by myself, I came on LinkedIn. And interestingly, the day I came, I just saw that, oh my God, this place is so different from how I left it. A lot of young people doing amazing things. The day I came, Sevaya was doing a 30 days LinkedIn challenge and everything. So I'm like, oh, really? Like, young people are here? Interesting. So I just, that was that, and that was it for me. So that day, I knew that, I don't know, but I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot relate to when people say, oh, they didn't know what they wanted to come and do on LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I can't relate to it because I just knew that I wanted to make money. I just knew that I needed to get myself out of the mess I was in. So I needed money. And, you know, everybody to their story, but I find it extremely funny. They're like, I came here, but I just started finding my path. That wasn't for me. I came here out of frustration. I needed money, and that's what I'm wanting to, right? So eventually, learning the process became more interesting. So I realized that, oh yeah, the money aspect was important, but the community building, the fact that people are actually feel you are somebody that you are worthy to be connected to, you are worthy to be listened to. It just it really, really blew my mind. That's like, I'm talking about my process now. So I started learning. I started implementing ruthlessly. I was ruthless with my implementation because I knew my wife from the beginning. And even though some people think that, oh, money is not like a valid reason, well, for me, money is a very valid reason. So I knew my wife from the beginning, and I did not want anything to take me off track. Do you understand? So I was ruthlessly implementing. Like, I was not trying to do try and error and see something work. I was there because I needed to make it work. So it was not a thing of, oh, let's see how it goes. No, it was a thing of, this has to work for me. So that was it for me. And it has been amazing. I think we are now, I'm on my way to like being 6 months on LinkedIn now, and the last 6 months of my life, I feel like it's like one of the best decisions I've made. And I used to tell people that LinkedIn is that platform that, you know, on a platform like LinkedIn, you can actually truly grow organically.
Yes,
That
yes.
you don't need to show your body, you don't need to try to be funny, you don't need to do skits, you don't need to prank people, you don't need to do giveaway to earn attention. It's that platform that
Yeah,
just literally affects what you have in your head. So most of the social
yeah,
media platform is no longer about how smart. Once you can, come up with fine pictures, you can snap at very good angles, take very nice pictures with design, wearing a designer today. Tomorrow you are at one beautiful eatery. It's your followers will start growing. But on LinkedIn, the world know what is. That is why I really, really like the platform. So LinkedIn that
yeah,
we all that, oh, is this platform? We don't know what's going on. It's not for people to come up, and even though you don't even know anything, like, honestly, I tell people that this might sound very embarrassing, but I came to LinkedIn and I said I was a content writer, but I didn't know so many things in terms of content writing, things people are, what's this word now, when we use this word, clickbait. I didn't know the meaning until last year when I started taking the, because I used to create content. So I was a complete lifestyle content creator. I was always writing about myself. I don't teach people how to be a better writer. I don't know how to teach, right? a great headline. In fact, when it comes to being a content writer now, I'm still on a journey. I'm still learning. It's still like a journey of self-discovery for me. So,
Yeah.
but how did I gain the traction? Just being strategic with my positioning in terms of storytelling, sharing my stories, connecting with the right people, leveraging on all my past experience, all my funny school experience, all the time I had to also on campus, all my those those things that look like going to end us there, and then you now can share it to people that you are okay ahead of them. I was telling, I shared it on my LinkedIn page that the same thing that I do, I charge about 6 figures for. These are the stuff that I did for 10,000 naira as a university student. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So sharing your experience, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best person in your industry. But sharing my journey has really extremely helpful for me. Winning, how have I been winning? Oh, I think that's last. I would say that we all always tell people that learn from experience, but it does not have to
Yeah.
be people that imagine doing everything by myself. Maybe I would have been more frustrated than I was before I even joined.
Yeah.
So I know myself all of those truths. That was why I went for BA. I invested in a mentorship. I was broke, but I had to use like literally everything I had in mentorship because I knew that if you have the results, consistently land gigs, making 5 figures in dollars and all of those things. You've gone ahead of me. So why not? Why let me just learn from you? I don't have the time right now. We are all in different stages in life. If you are still like a complete newbie, you are still growing, you are still like a young person, you are still a teenager. Yes, you might still have so much time for trial and error. But I feel like my phase of trial and error has passed. Not at this point. So I just test act for me, letting people know that they don't have to actually go through all the people have gone ahead of you. That is why you should, listen to them and ask them what are their strategies, what are they doing differently, and all of those things. So that has been it for me, and it made my results fast. I think that I started making even with less than 1,000 followers. I started doing well for myself. I started landing gigs to the extent that I left something like something that I felt like I should be doing because I now became very busy. You know, then I set like a 6 months goal that by February 2023, that's when I thought I'll start earning. So I told myself that I was going to start implementing everything. I will follow people, and then by February 2023, I will start earning. I had like a very clear cut plan. Oh, the first 4 months, I would enroll for internship if nobody calls me for a job. And on the 6th month, I will now start actively looking for a gig. But in about 2 months, things just started making sense. And that's because I leverage experience. I leverage other people's experience. So it's like just the way you tell people to find a mentor. Mentorship gives you 50% of the your mentor's results. Like imagine that you have somebody you look up to, and then you're able to get their results 50% without sweating. So that is how it is to when you are able to leverage, the experience of people that have gone ahead of you. So and like the word is winning. So we are all still a work in progress. Very quick rundown. Things that I can just say that is working is a lot of people feel like you have to be extremely knowledgeable in your niche before you can launch. I don't think so because, like I said, I didn't know so many things as a content writer. I started learning everything content creation, storytelling. I'm talking about the career aspect when I started showing up on LinkedIn. So about 2 3 weeks into enrolling for my LinkedIn course, I also enrolled for several other content creation courses. I enrolled on courses on Coursera, on Udemy. I was reading and I was implementing this thing. So I have a journal. I'll write every day. Whenever I open my course and I see something new, I'll make sure that I practice it that day, just so that I don't just have knowledge, but I'm also implementing. So I make sure that that day I'll practice it. And in terms of connection, at first you might need to, maybe for example, for someone like me that joined through a coach, so of course there's like a support group where everybody support each other. But as you grow, it's important to know that you now have to find your own community, so that you are not dependent on people supporting you. When I began to do without all of this extra additional help, and I wanted to start being independent and building an independent brand, it affected my reach, but I stayed consistent. So just like every other platform, just like every other thing you need to do as a in this life, consistency is key. So you need to be consistent. You need to consistently show up on days when it feels like it, on days when you feel like there's results, on days when you are overwhelmed. Just be consistent. uh, what else in terms of winning? I feel like there are a lot of backstories. There are a lot of backstories. But what is important is be clear on what you want to achieve. Now, you will not achieve it in a day. In fact, you might not achieve it in 6 months like me. Like, because what I said is that I leverage experience, I leverage past experience. Most of the stories I shared on LinkedIn when I was a newbie, when I don't have content to write, there were stories that I've written in 2020 when I started writing Art to Art with Mide. So I just restructured them. So, and I had a lot of corporate experience. Don't let me put it as corporate experience, but I let's say I've always been a hustler, so I did so many things, and that helped my packaging. So, and this was something I realized recently, that beyond what you know, your knowledge of marketing yourself on LinkedIn is very, very important. I got a gig last year that was running close to $2,000. And when the person told me that, oh, Williams, I want you to do this, I told the person that I've never done this before. She said, I know, I'm going to put you through. Like, she was ready to put me through the process. She has been busy and she just needed somebody to be there to help her, assist her, and everything and everything and everything. So I told her that, okay, I've never done this thing, so I'm going to have to bring a professional on that aspect on board to join us, so that we can have a good result. How she met me was very funny, because we started relating based on how I was able to brand myself. The same thing, I was talking to somebody today, and we were just talking about pricing and everything, and it caught my attention to something. It was like, if you want to be charging this amount, you need to work on this aspect. So it showed me something on like one, and I was like, you need to work like, you know this thing, but improve your branding, invest a little bit more in terms of how you package things. So many times I get gigs and I have no idea on how to start, but I have to like just go and Google it, make my research, talk to experts, and then get their knowledge. So the way you brand yourself, the way you're able to communicate your personal brand is very, 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 very important. So that's why you see people coming to somebody and like, "Ah, what is this person doing differently?" And all this thing. And I remember somebody told me something like in like my first 3 months. I was like, "Mide, why is that you don't ever share things like how to be a content writer, how to write a better, you don't share it." And I'm like, it's not because I don't want to share them. I'm not just a pro yet. I started doing all of these things in August. So how do you want me to? It's easier for me to share connect with people is sharing my own journey, my story, my growth it's easier for me to share that way because I dealt with imposter syndrome. I was still dealing with it, a fraud and all of those things. So let me just keep on sharing my story. And as I grew, I now began to share. Right? I don't know if I still have more time, but I feel like so newbies, like if you are just coming on, trust me, of those places to grow organically. As a freelancer on LinkedIn, game properly, if you're able to play your cards well, you can create 3 to 4 sources of income from just one freelance of income from just one freelance source. Like quote me anywhere, and I can beat my chest to say it anywhere that if you play your game with LinkedIn, I don't know about any other freelancing platform. I've never explored any other freelancing platform. I don't know how they work, but I know that with a platform like LinkedIn, you can create 3 to 4 streams of income with just one freelancing platform. All you just need to do is to build a strong personal brand. And I don't think that, other freelancing sites, they give you this, this power to build and, share yourself word the way LinkedIn gives you that power. So yeah, that is it for me. Do I have any more questions to answer?
Yeah, like for people that are just starting on LinkedIn, what do you advise they do?
Okay. Wow. So this question, I always feel like there's no one size fits all answer because at the end of the day, it's all about the person. So one thing I want to do is that I want you to write out what you intend to achieve with the LinkedIn account. The truth is, it's not everybody. You'll be shocked to hear this, but it's not everybody that wants to come and say, "Oh my God, I just landed a 6 figure in dollar gig." Mm-mm. Some people really, really want their space. It's not everybody. That's like I've interacted with a couple of people, across different countries on LinkedIn, and people have different reasons for being on LinkedIn. So if your reason is just for you to get a job, I want you to know that your reasons, your dreams, they are valid. If your reason is just to get a 100K per month job, just 100K alone per month, and you are good, please focus on it. Look for people that will help you to write CV. Attend, all this, a lot of CV trainings, resume trainings, job seekers, recruiters, all of those trainings. Attend it and put your whole heart to it. You will get it. If your reason is to build a personal brand, like so many people, they say, I'm not here to make money, I'm here to build a community. All the best. By all means, build that personal brand, build that community. If your own reason is like me, that I said I want to come and make money, please keep at it until you make that money, because money is actually on LinkedIn. You need less than 1% of LinkedIn users. Like you need less than out of over 830 million people. 1% is about 8.3 million. You cannot even work with 8.3 million people today, because last December I wrote out, the number of gigs I want to land this year, the number of offers I want to make. Today, I went back to my board and I started reducing some of them. Like, I don't think I can handle this number this year again, because I needed to balance it. I need to still always remember that, I'm pursuing a medical degree, so I needed to balance it with my academics, right? So I removed so many things. I'm like, no, there's no need. Don't worry. There's no need. There's still time. We'll go again next year. So I went from, I want to make 100,000 US dollars by the end of 2023 to where I am now. And I don't feel bad about it, because it is me. It is my goal. It is what I want. So what do you want to make out of LinkedIn? whatever it is that you want to make, if it's just for you to also be there to be looking at everybody, your vision, your dreams, they are valid. But if you need like one of the warmest place to grow, it is LinkedIn. And if you feel like, oh, you don't have anything to offer, you have a life. Be writing about yourself. One day you will find what you need to offer. Like, you don't need to, get it 100% at the beginning. If you're a total newbie, a lot of, you can be a little bit oppressed. You can be a little bit like, oh my God, this platform is not for me. Everybody felt like that. And if you need to go, like most of us did, and then come back, it's okay, but I just advise that, because I felt like if I probably started building my brand in 2018, maybe, maybe by now. So, um, but then I left because there were no programs like this, to help. There were no platforms like this to talk about, helping newbies settle on LinkedIn. So, but with platform like this, I don't think you need to run away. Don't run. Connect to mentors. Connect strategically. Position yourself well. Be civil with your approach. Don't come to people's DM and be saying "hello, beautiful." Don't just pick people's brain anyhow. Be very civil with your approach. Engage with people in the comment section. Like somebody that have sense. Have sense, right? Ask questions from people. If you need to join a community, the power of community, so that you can ask questions, so that you don't expose your weakness, out there. So ask questions and let people know what it is you need to know, and be there. A lot of people are so amazing on LinkedIn. Amazing people that are, without charging you, they will help you to settle in. They will tell you, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. So your own is just look for a community of like-minded people and be there. Don't think that, oh, tomorrow you start making money. No, it doesn't work like that. So don't set yourself up for depression. So that's my advice for every newbie on LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you so much for all these beautiful advice, like
Yeah.
especially that of badging on people's DM. Like a week ago, a guy was just like, he click on my service provider page. You will know that space on your profile where it's your the service you are offering. And I kind of message me through that, like he has a job for me, and he said, "Oh, I'm just joking. I want you to mentor me," and things like that.
Can you imagine? You see how
Is
people
that alone? He did that, people like reported him. So
sometimes,
LinkedIn
if you think about people like this, you almost do not want to, I put it now, you almost do not want to even reply DMs on LinkedIn. Yet. So I
yes,
think that people should just be extremely strict with their approach.
yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really enjoyed this section with you. Like you just put it on where you start, how the coach help you, how you actually have so a why you join LinkedIn, and how you are winning on LinkedIn. I wish you the best this year. And even though you have reduced your target this year to something lower, I still wish you get that first target. It's possible. So I wish you get it. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining.
yeah. Thank you so much. And I just want to say, Desima, you are doing an amazing job. Like, you are one of those
So,
people that I'm just like, if consistency was a person. I was telling I don't know if she has done a session, Mrs. Say there are people that I look up to when it comes to being consistent, and it's just amazing thing that you're doing, that you're building a brand for yourself, and you're really really growing and helping yourself. A lot of people don't see it this way. So um I'm just definitely going to stay around this call to learn from all my seniors in the game. And well done, an amazing. It's really, really an amazing thing you're doing, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
thank you so much. I wish you the best too. Okay, so like I said, Jane won't be able to join us because he has a lot of engagements. So is it's today or yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get in touch with Stephen if he'll be able to join us because he's still on transit, Sha. So I don't know if he'll be able to join us or not. But if he's not able to join us, we'll just like maybe end the session here.
Okay, okay. That's
Okay,
fine. That's
okay.
fine.
So much for joining us. I've sent him a message now. Hopefully, he's not on transit again. Good evening, Stephen.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Good evening. I think the network is pretty bad here. I'm still on the road. I'm still on the road. Hope everyone can hear me and hope you can hear me as well. I really can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Is my voice clear enough as well? Okay, I can only read your lips. I can't really hear your voice. Let's just see how it goes the next couple of minutes, right?
Yes,
All right, let's do this.
let's try saying it and typing it together. We would like to know how you started on LinkedIn, how
Okay,
you
I'm
grew,
hearing you. You did it. Okay, I'm hearing you. Just continue.
how you win on LinkedIn. So if you can just like use the next 5 to 10 minutes to tell us how you started on LinkedIn, how you grew on LinkedIn, and how you keep winning on LinkedIn.
All right, thank you very much for the question. Yes, good evening, everyone. If you are listening to me from Nigeria or any part of the world, it can be good morning at your end. It can be good afternoon. But what's important is that I'm sending my greetings to you all. Well, I'd like to say thank you for having me tonight, and I hope that it's going to worth it within the next couple of minutes. I wish I was in a more quiet environment, but right now I can't even help it at this point. I'm still on the road at past 8. So, yes, the question: how I've been able to win on LinkedIn. Well, let me start with I've been on LinkedIn for a long time. I can't remember exactly, but I know that I was on LinkedIn for a while. Posted a couple, I think maybe one or two content, and that was it. Then not until I think 2020 where I decided to start actively being there on LinkedIn. And the goal there for me wasn't to accrue a lot of followers or to get notoriety. The goal at that point for me was to have a digital footprint and a kind of a digital track record for most of the things I do, and an opportunity for me to share my thought as well to an audience that yes, that would read my engage my content. And for me it was more of impact, sharing my story, also learning, okay, and connecting with people. That was it for me. And I think at that time, even with with just few followers or less than 500 followers, less than 500 connection, I was able to connect with a few persons and reached out to them based on the value that I want to get from them and the value I offer as well. And so pretty much for me it wasn't for the fame or to get popular. It wasn't for um, let's say I just want to blow. Isn't the Gen Z's language? It's not for blowing per se. It's just for impact. And yeah, I've been able to get some wins on LinkedIn, and it has helped me to create a brand, a personal brand that is known for one thing: education, leadership. That is known for education, and under education, you cannot talk about leadership and all. A brand that is known for being a rising, prominent voice in the new generation of education reformers in Nigeria and Africa. And it just gives me the opportunity to connect with people, share my opinion on education, and get that, should I say, small popularity among young people that okay, this guy is about education and all. So well, there've been some critical points where LinkedIn has helped me connect with some amazing people. First for a start, I when I launched my book a year ago. Okay, by tomorrow to be tomorrow make it exactly a year I launched my book, and one of the platforms where I shared my book and the whole process of coming up with the book was LinkedIn, and that helped me to connect with people. Got people that will read my book on LinkedIn and connect me with a number of opportunities that has cascaded into much bigger things that I thought. So that's just it for me, though. And I think one of the most important win for me that outwins every other win for me on LinkedIn is the fact that the people, I've been able to connect with, um, being able to connect with them, and taking the relationship from just being followers or connections on LinkedIn to having them in my personal space, having their contact on WhatsApp, having to chat and share ideas, having them in my circle. That's basically the bigger win for me, because literally everything revolves around people, and if you can have the right people in your space, it connects you with much more bigger opportunity. It helps you to bless lots of lives. So my major wins on LinkedIn, I would say, is people, people over and over again. With people, you can literally do a lot of stuff. With people, you can really, you can be wealthy as well. I mean, so yeah, that's it for me basically.
How can we incorporate storytelling in our LinkedIn post? Is there a way that you use storytelling? I know you tell stories a lot, especially the parts where you talk about how you are going to graduate last year. I think in 2022, in 2021, you made a post about that. Then in 2022, you actually get your confirmation. Like that was storytelling. So how do you incorporate storytelling when you are
Okay, thank you very much for that question. How can we incorporate storytelling? Okay, okay, how can we incorporate storytelling into the content that we create on LinkedIn? Well, what I'm going to say is that storytelling cuts across all spheres, and even big brands and organizations have been navigating through towards getting the right people that would help tell the story of their brands and organization to their audience. And storytelling is like the game changer for content creating, and people basically love stories. I mean, I remember when we were all growing up, we want to hear this story, what's upon the time, and all that. So we basically love stories. We we get we get to pass very important message in the most subtle way through storytelling. So I think it's an art and a skill and a science in itself that must be learned by every young people, and how you can tell people about what you do, what you believe in, and what value that you offer. Because you can have so much value, and you don't know how to share your value or share it with the right words. But with learning how to write your content, using the power of storytelling, you discover that you can share your content in the very most powerful and unique way that will connect with your audience, pass your message, and still achieve what you want to achieve with the message. So, well, no one get it all at once. No one just become a pro at storytelling or writing content, basically. And don't be too fooled by the word storytelling, that it's one big stuff. Yes, it's big, okay, but not big. It's something that everyone, imagine telling your story as you gist with your friend. When you want to gist with your friend, telling them out what one exciting thing that happened. Imagine how you tell them in the most interesting way, the words that you use, the emotions and all that. Imagine you pack all those things and put it into form of writing. Uh, it would help you a lot to pass that message, and you don't get better at it just by doing it once. You get better at it by doing it consistently over and over again, and by the time you keep mastering that art, telling your story, telling your impact story, also reading other people's content and see how they also pass their message, and also find your own unique touch to how you do yours. Then you discover that you are now becoming good at it, and your audience will connect to the unique way tell your story. So that is it basically. Yeah, thank you.
Be on starting on LinkedIn, what will those be?
Can you come again with the question, please?
If you have, if you are asked to give
You know what? Okay, come again with the question. Let me mute my mic, then come again with the question.
okay, so can you advise a newbie in 3 sentences on how to start on LinkedIn?
Okay, I think your question, you are saying that can I advise a newbie on how to start up on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, first I would say that first, don't come on LinkedIn or with the mindset of trying to be popular like every other person that has been popular there. These people, work or months of work and consistency to be there. So don't get intimidated by all those things. It is important that you know that, and also you need to define your why from the beginning. Okay, define your why. Why? How am I here? What do I want to gain from here? And also, you need to also understand that every big thing started in a small way, in a small way. So when you start with your one connection, two connection, you write your content, just be consistent. And lastly, okay, anything you're doing, uh, do small things. You know, people are always looking forward to the time when they do big things, and they say, okay, I don't have big things, I don't have big achievements to share. Well, I would say that instead of waiting for the big achievements to happen, your small achievements, make it big, okay? Do small things in a big way. That is the only way you can do big things actually. So when you are doing your things offline, ensure that you are putting in the work. Don't let your online presence be consistent with your offline presence or with your offline personality. Don't be half baked offline and trying to form fully baked online. Okay, so if you are while you are looking forward to growing on LinkedIn, try to build yourself offline. Be good at what you do. Be good at it. Okay, so that it won't be disputable. Be good at it, and so once you are good at it, you can now share, let it extend to your presence online. Don't form experts online when you are just an empty vessel offline. So because if you do that, if you are forming expert online and you're trying and you're an empty vessel in the real sense, you will struggle. You will struggle, and in no time you experience burnout, and in no time you get frustrated, and you go back to wherever you're coming from. Okay, so just be real, just be authentic, and over time you're going to grow. Thank you.
So much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Yes, thank you very much for having me today. And I really appreciate the fact that you extended that invitation to me. And also, I'd like to say, well done for the work that you are doing. I know this is your first event, and I know that from here it can only be up. It doesn't happen all at once. So, as you have started today and committing yourself to developing people, it can only get better. And don't rest on your heart. So, thank you very much for having me tonight, Testament. And good night, everyone.
how to do this live. We'll just do it separately. I will create a playlist and you can watch it.